So I must tell you, look, we are in a pharmaceutical business, okay, where the molecules, anyone can come up with the same molecule, okay. So therefore, I strongly believe that we are not a traditional pharmaceutical company and we go beyond the pill. What I mean by that is we, instead of playing in the volume game, we play the value based game. In a continuum of care for a patient, it starts right from an awareness, then the diagnosis, before it even comes for a treatment. And more importantly, post treatment, the compliance is a very critical issue. So we as Abbott, we are committed to serve the patients, make them more healthier and better lives by focusing on the continuum of care. So what I mean is, if you take a therapy area like thyroid, okay, we have a very strong brand with a pretty good, market share. We are the market leader. Having said that, in India, the awareness levels for thyroid is still pretty low. So just in 2017 alone, we are investing in creating the awareness by saying Make India Thyroid Aware. And by the program, we should be reaching almost 37 million, the population of India. So that's the first step we do in creating awareness. The second thing what we do is the diagnosis. Even if people are aware of it, unfortunately in India, even getting diagnosed is possibly not affordable for everyone. So therefore what we do is we come up with the entire diagnosis programs. We work along with the healthcare professionals, that's the doctors, and they in turn do the diagnosis, wherein we try and subsidize that. Once a patient gets diagnosed, then obviously they get treated, and then we again come and play a very critical role in the compliance part, because usually in a chronic therapy people tend to forget, or they leave after some point in time. So we have a very strong compliance programs. So that's where we differentiate ourselves from a traditional pharmaceutical company which just sells a pill, to go beyond the pill and provide a service to the patient across the continuum of care. And that's what differentiates us.
Super. So what do you think you as a leader, a leader is faced with challenges from every direction. Of course, policies change a lot in the country. We need to adjust to new policies. What are the things as a leader that you follow in motivating your team and taking the brand value with the same ethics and everything forward?
Yeah.
There are challenging times India has been facing in the last 2 years. It hasn't been too good. The reports are looking pretty good now. But in a rough weather, how do you guide your team?
Look, I mean, when the going is smooth, I think everyone, are good, and they taste success. It's the real leader's mettle is actually tested when the going is tough.
Absolutely.
Okay, and you talked on a very important point on the change, especially in the Indian environment. Change to me has been absolutely constant. I don't possibly recollect a single year where I would have sat back and thought, now everything is behind us, now we will have a smooth year. You're always faced with some surprises, some challenges, and some change, right? Now, leaders, in my opinion, are good who adapt pretty well when the change happens, and they steer the ship in order to meet those challenges and the circumstances. But in my opinion, I think what I try to encourage in my organization, within my leadership team, is one fundamental thing, is to anticipate change. And if you can anticipate change, then you always come up with multiple scenarios.
It's a very important factor that you said, anticipating change.
Yes.
Now, not many people can do that. How do you ensure that you anticipate certain changes? You have to have a lot of intellectual ability to understand policies, the change is that we're going through market dynamics. How as a leader do you sync all those things in?
I mean, it's not necessary that, I need to be completely well educated on every subject or every matter of the change, right? When you surround yourself with the right people and the right leadership team, I think that's what brings the value to the entire organization. So as a team, when you sit together and discuss, what could be the possible issues or challenges that might face this industry, then we can also start building on various scenarios. And once you have multiple scenarios, then what happens is when the change actually comes, you know which scenario to possibly adapt to. And therefore, the fact I said, anticipation helps you, instead of being reactive, be proactive. And it's a classic case, what's going on right now with this whole GST implementation. There's so much of uncertainty. And today I can tell you, as a leadership team, we sat together and we looked at all possible scenarios what might happen in GST for a pharmaceutical industry, and we painted almost 24 scenarios. Now, anyone might happen on 1st July. So rather than being reactive post-July, we will at least know what's going to happen and which scenario will play through. So I think that's extremely important.